Okay, how about can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, folks? Last stream did not work for whatever reason. We were didn't have audio for some reason. I don't know what I think I figured it out. I think what happened was it had the audio. Oh, now you probably can't see me. Can you see me? Where did it this thing got I don't know what the heck just happened. I hope you can see me, hear me. Am I here? Am I Hello? I can't see what's going on here. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Okay. So hopefully you can see me, you can hear me. I've got my headphones on just to make sure that the audio is working because I can hear it. So you should be able to hear it as well. I think what it was whoa, that's way too bright. It had the audio linked to the camera, and obviously the camera's got no sound. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. I think you guys should be able to hear me. But anyways, as I was saying, trying to do more live streams. I really enjoy doing it. I don't know if you guys enjoy listening to it. I know there's a lot of streamers out there, so it's really competitive field. And so I appreciate anybody that takes the time to watch this, even if you're watching on a replay on double speed or quadruple speed or whatever, or you're just watching a clip of this. I might clip it if I find something, if I say something funny or good. But yeah, so a lot of stuff going on in the news today. I thought, oh man, let me go live and I want to talk about some of this stuff. Let me talk about this. Oh, I want to talk about this. There's like 5 or 6 news stories that are interesting, and some of them I just kind of added in there to kind of for the variety because I know a lot of my subscribers are rock fans. So the first story I want to talk about is this Gene Simmons thing. Let me see if I can share the screen if this works. I think there's a way to do this so then we can kind of read this article together. Share screen. Gene Simmons. And okay, yeah, we just have to get rid of the stupid ad because that's what okay, there we go. So Blabbermouth was saying, can you guys see yeah, okay, you can see me and you can see the ad. Perfect. Or the article. But Gene Simmons humbly apologized for comments about Ace Frehley's death. I was wrong for using the words that he used. So because he was saying the result was the guitarist's bad decisions. Because it sounds like Ace Frehley, he died because what was it? Multiple contusions, bone fractures. So I think he fell and it hit his head. Isn't that what happened? I mean, somebody on the comments will correct me. I'm sure that they know. But Gene had told the New York Post about Ace. He refused advice from people that cared about him, including yours truly, to try to change his lifestyle in and out of bad decisions, falling down the stairs. I'm not a doctor. Falling down the stairs doesn't kill you. There may have been other issues. It breaks my heart. The saddest thing, you reap what you sow. So basically, he was saying that he needed to make some better lifestyle choices, which, I mean, I don't know why you need to apologize for that. Like, the guy did have some issues. I think that's why he got kicked out of Kiss in the first place, right? Didn't he have some drug issues and some health issues? I mean, I don't think he was the picture of health. I could be wrong. I'm sure there's a million Kiss fans out there. Some of my subscribers will tell me all the details of everything. But from what I know as a casual fan, I like Kiss. I like a few songs. I like Ace Frehley. I think I had an Ace Frehley solo record, Trouble Walking, because I was a big Sebastian Bach fan, and he sang like background vocals on one song. And I was like, I need this. I need every Sebastian Bach material. So, but anyways, from what I could tell, the guy had some issues. I don't think that's bad to say that you care about somebody. I mean, I think we're seeing that a lot. I'm going to do a YouTube short about this, but today Joe Rogan had Jelly Roll on, and that's a guy whose health was really bad. He was a drug addict, but then he ballooned to like, I want to say it was over 500 pounds, maybe almost 600 pounds. And he lost the weight. He got healthy and he's doing really well. I listened to the interview. I'll do a little clip about that later. But yeah, it's just another example of someone whose health was at risk, and then they took control and now they're doing a lot better. Now, somebody else's health who's not doing so good is going to be the next story, which let's see if I can try to share this. How do I share the screen? Oh, wait, I got to remove the old one. Stop that screen. Okay, now let's add this. Share screen. And we're going to do the Andy Dick story. If I can find that. Is it? Maybe, did I delete it? Why is it not there? No, it should be right here. Can it not see that? Sorry, I'm getting, this is why I'm terrible at live streaming. I'm sure half the people have left now, but I'm going to get good at this. I'm going to figure this out and how to be way faster and quicker. So you're not having to listen to this. I apologize. Oh, here we go. Andy Dick. There it is. Okay. So Andy Dick, let's see if I can play the video even. Cause that would be, I watched this video and it's crazy if we can get it to work.
Remember what it feels like to be a little kid? You can turn the story.
The ad. Oh wait, we're gonna have to watch the ad. I'll kill the music for the ad, and then but the video should start. And you guys got to see this. This is crazy. This is the kind of stuff that I think we need to share more of, and people need to see, because this is the true dark side of addiction, and what can happen. And people don't see this, they think it's all like, Motley Crue, The Dirt. It's all just fun and games. And it's like, no, dude, it ends badly. Watch this. This is crazy.
Is he okay? Andy, are you okay, buddy? Is he okay? Hey. Andy. Andy, buddy. Hey, Andy, wake up. What the dude?
I'm going to call the ambulance.
Call an ambulance right now.
Let me see his nose. Hey, let me see his nose. Give me a knock hand. Right here. Just set up. You need to set up.
Yo, wake him up right now. Wake him up.
So, I mean, did that not like kind of rattle you? Like, wait, let's turn this. I know the sound's going. Okay. Did that not rattle you? Because I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. That rattled me watching. That was really disturbing. I was like, dude, he is not like, is he going to die? It was scary. And I was sad for him. And I'm not like a huge Andy Dick fan, even really a casual fan, I guess. But I mean, that's just, you don't want to see a human, whether you like him or hate him or you're a fan or not a fan, you don't want to see a human suffering like that. I mean, that guy is suffering. It was bad. And then the next day, I think today they showed him and he seemed like he was drunk. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Just like to do a little crack. Like, dude, I don't know. I'm worried about the guy. Like, it's really sad. Maybe that would be a guy that Joe Rogan could reach out to, and somebody reach out and try to help him out. I mean, sometimes it's just too late for these people, and it's really sad. And I think that's what Gene Simmons was trying to say about Ace is all, it's like, hey, dude, I care about him. Like, he's making bad decisions. He's going down a dark path. And he didn't want him to do that. So I don't know. I don't think that's bad to say. I think that's a good thing. What else is going on? Oh, I wanted to talk about, this was, I really wanted to do the live stream about. I want to throw these other news articles in here because I thought they were interesting too. But one of the main things I wanted to go live about was the Golden Globe nominations for podcasts. I thought this was so interesting. So they snubbed Joe Rogan, which, okay, is fine. Maybe you don't like Joe Rogan or whatever, but here's the thing is, I think there's 5 or 6 nominations. Let me see if I can, I'll try to get these on screen too. And you can see who they picked. And then I want to show you like the top podcasts, because to me, I think they lose more credibility with that than anything. All right, let's see if this works. Share this. Boom. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's like an Instagram post, but it was just the best way to kind of visualize the nominations. So they've got the Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, Good Hang with Amy Poehler, the Mel Robbins podcast, Call Her Daddy, Up First, and Smartless. All right. I mean, I've heard of some of those. Some of those I've never heard of, but I barely watched or listened to any of that stuff. So, but I listened to a Call Her Daddy yesterday just because I was like, well, I want to, I guess I should probably watch this podcast if it's one of the best podcasts ever or best podcasts of the year. And yeah, I wasn't a fan, but yeah, let's see what the top podcasts are. Let's see if I can get this screen to share. This shows you the top podcasts, and I don't think any of them were nominated. So to me, that shows more of a disconnect than here we go. Spotify charts. Okay. Check this out. This is crazy. So here's the top podcasts. So number 1 is Joe Rogan, not nominated. Number 2, Sean Ryan Show, not nominated. Number 3, This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn, not nominated. Number 4, Crime Junkie. Now I'm not a big true crime guy, especially with podcasts. I like some of the Netflix documentaries and things, but I don't think I've ever listened to this Crime Junkie podcast, but it is the number 4 podcast. So you got to give it some clout, right? And that one didn't get nominated. The Tucker Carlson Show, I mean, obviously that's not going to get nominated. if they think Joe Rogan is too risque, they're definitely not going to nominate Tucker Carlson. The Daily, was that one of them that was nominated? No. Up First. Where's Up First? Was that in the top 5 or whatever, or 6 or whatever it was? Up First. See, okay, Up First was number 9. Okay, so on Good Hang for Amy Poehler was number 7. So some of these are at least in the top 10, so that's good, but it's just weird how they skip over some of them. Like why are some of them skipped over? Matt and Shane's secret podcast. Shane Gillis. I haven't really listened to his podcast, but his stand-up is hilarious. So it's a little suspicious why some of these guys and all the people that I know listen to those podcasts. I see the clips all the time of those ones. I don't see clips of Call Her Daddy. I don't see clips of what are the other ones? The Good Hang Amy Poehler. I don't see clips of Mel Robbins' podcast. I've seen clips of her talking sometimes. I don't even know what Up First is. Smartless, I maybe seen 1 or 2 clips. Armchair Expert, I don't think I've seen a lot of clips. Maybe it's just my algorithm. You guys tell me, but I just thought that was very strange. People were saying like, oh, they snubbed Rogan. I'm like, yeah, but again, it's not just Rogan. It's all these other top podcasts that none of them none of the guy shows, like the shows that guys watch, like Theo Vaughn and Shane Gillis, like those are guys comedians. Sean Ryan. I mean, those are like guys. None of those were not. These are all kind of more podcasts I think that girls listen to, I'm assuming. So I don't know. Just interesting. And speaking of controversial people, the biggest interview podcast, whatever you want to call it, was it podcast or media show? Interview of the week was by far millions of views. I think like immediately within the first hour was Nick Fuentes on Piers Morgan. And I don't know if you guys watch this. I don't even know if you know who this guy is, but he's been called a white supremacist and a far right influencer. And, but it was interesting to listen. I was like, I got to listen to this. I got to see this. Is this okay? Is this sharing this? Good. All right. So this article, I mean, there's so many articles about this, but I encourage you guys, if you're curious, like you should watch this interview and because Pierce tries to call him out. But I think the interesting thing to me is that I feel like if you really think this guy's a white supremacist and you think he's evil, why are you having him on your show? Now, Pierce will say, he said, well, people say, why do you platform him? Well, he's already got a platform, but you're having a conversation. You're having him on your show. Is your show about this kind of thing? And like I said, it already got millions of views. So let's be honest. Like, let's call a spade a spade. He had him on the show because he wanted the clicks. It's the same reason he has Trump on his show. He has these guys that he condones as so terrible and so evil, but then it's like you have them on your show because you want the clicks. And I know how that works. I was a podcaster. I know you want to have some controversial figures on your show because you want the downloads, you want the comments, you want the clicks, you want the subscribers. So just say that. Just be honest. I don't think Piers Morgan was being honest. I think he pretended to be like a good guy that cared about all these things. And what did Nick Fuentes say? Oh, now you're white knighting. And I think that is what he was trying to do. He was trying to white knight for women and racism and all this. But I think it seemed fake. It seemed like he was acting like this is what a good person should act like. So I think Piers Morgan is full of shit. I think Nick Fuentes is full of shit. People are calling him a Fed. I don't know if he's a Fed, but as this article states, the things he believes in don't add up, right? Like what does it say? The article says unwittingly revealed the trick to his fame. He contradicted himself. Okay. Yeah. Because he says something about black people and crime and stuff and black people murder more. But then he said he liked Adolf Hitler. And I'm like, well, Adolf Hitler killed 6 million people. So if you don't like murderers, you shouldn't like Adolf Hitler. Like that, it contradicts itself. So I think he just says shit to get clicks. The difference with him and Piers Morgan is that he's just saying wild shit and he's getting the clicks himself. Piers Morgan is like having these guys on his show so they'll say the crazy thing. And then Piers Morgan's like, oh, that's so terrible that you said that. You're a terrible person. And then right after the show, I guarantee you, Piers is like, how many views did we get? How many views did we get? Oh, yes, we got views. Yeah. But then like when he goes on the air, he's like, oh, you're a terrible person. You're a white supremacist. But then it's like, he's going to have more of these people on because again, he wants the clicks. Now, if he really cared about these issues, there are some people that do some great things that are great people. I had an ex white supremacist on my podcast, and we talked about some of these things, and it was just really interesting to me to hear the perspective of someone who literally was a white supremacist. What is he? Neo-Nazi? What is like whatever the term was, like he was admitted he was in that ball, like he was full on, like, I hate this, I hate these people. And it was so funny because I remember one of the things that he told me was so interesting that kind of exposes the white supremacist thing is that he said, he had to watch like Seinfeld in secret because he's supposed to not like Jews, but then he's like secretly watching Seinfeld. And like, you're not supposed to like black people, but then he's like secretly watching football because he liked football. So that's why a lot of that stuff just, I don't know. It's just kind of silly to me. It's kind of silly that we are where we are in America right now with all that stuff. And I don't know. We could talk about politics all day, and it's wild out there. But speaking of butts, this is another thing that I find just so funny to me is when you're cruising through the internet and the news, and I mean, this is what constitutes as a news story now. Let's see if I can get this going. Share screen. I'm so bad at this. I need a producer. Is anybody, I'm hiring if anybody would like a job. So check this out. This is basically, I was just going through TMZ. I'm like, what can I talk about? What's the news stories? Oh, this is like a news story. It was like, literally, this was the picture. I put it on my thumbnail because I wanted to get clicks. I'm unabashed about these kinds of things. If I had an ass like that, I would definitely post it every day. But this was just this is like a news story. This girl, like, she went to the beach and took pictures. And this is, I don't even know who she is. Does anyone know who this is? Bebe, Rexa? Is she a singer? I don't know, but I mean, I love that this is now considered a news story on TMZ, is a picture of a girl's butt with sand on it. I just think that's really, is that not funny to anybody else? Or maybe it's just me, but anyways, so yeah, that's the world that's going on right now. It's pretty wild, pretty crazy stuff. Only one person watching now. I had somebody that was commenting and then I couldn't get the audio to work. And so I lost him. I lost my one viewer, but hey, this was fun. It was good practice, and 17 minutes. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good little live stream. I'm going to try to do more of these. I'd like to do it every day, but feel free to send me topics that you want me to talk about. Because I don't give a fuck anymore. And that's the kind of the freeing thing about when I end the podcast and the interviews and dealing with publicists and trying to impress people. I don't care anymore. I can just do what I want and we can have fun. And the show, it can be mine. It's not just mine though. It's ours. Like if you're a viewer, if you're a listener, subscriber, you're part of the show for the live streams at least. So feel free to hop on and tell me what you think. Tell me how terrible. I mean, go ahead and troll me. I don't even care anymore about the comments, the trolls. I just think I just don't argue with them. So yeah, that's kind of how I got over with the trolls, is I just realized, like, I just let them talk and say their thing and, give them the attention that they want. They can be a comment on my post. I don't really care, but if you're a positive fan, like you enjoy the show, let me know what you want me to talk about. I mean, I know there's a lot of music people and I don't have a problem talking about music. I'm not a huge music guy anymore. I'm not opposed to music stuff or music news or gossip. I find it interesting. I guess I just kind of forget about it. I'm always interested more in sports or other stuff, or my algorithm is other stuff. It's pictures of buns and things like that. So, but music is great. And I tried to find that Kiss thing. I thought, oh, Gene Simmons, maybe some of my subscribers would be interested in that story. I thought it was kind of interesting too. It kind of tied in with the whole addiction and all that. So yeah. I don't have a podcast anymore, but I do have over 500 episodes if you want to listen to some old episodes. But if you want a good podcast too, I'd recommend listening to that Jelly Roll episode on Joe Rogan. Even if you're not a fan, it's a great interview. I mean, he really opens up and it's like an inspiring story. I need to listen to more of his music. I only know a few songs, but somebody's commenting, dude, your interviews with the older rock stars were great. Thank you. I mean, I think so too. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I thought I was really fucking good, but nobody wanted to come on my show anymore. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I had Ted Nugent on and he's too controversial, or I don't know. I don't know what happened, but the publicist kind of just ignored me, and they didn't want to. Nobody wanted to come on my show, and people said they'd come on my show, and then they blew me off or they forget about me. And so I was just I'm like, I'm fucking done with this shit. So I would like to bring my brand back up. And I think I got to do that by myself. If I build this brand back up and I get to 50,000, 100,000 subscribers, I will bring back the rock stars. Okay. Mark my words. The show will return. If I can get to 100,000 subscribers, I will bring back the rock stars, and then they'll be begging to come on the show, because if I have 100,000 subscribers, that's a good move for them. I don't know why they do these fucking terrible radio show interviews on FM, AM radio bullshit. I don't know. I don't know the publicists. I think 80-90% of the publicists are fucking clueless. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they're like, no, Chuck Shoot podcast, that's not good. We need to put him on Rock Talk with Bob Smith on 92 FM. That's the hit show of these days. Come on, nobody's doing podcasts. We got to go on FM radio. It's like, I think they're living in the Stone Age. So, hey, it's if you want to live in the Stone Age, and the problem with the Stone Age is it died. Okay, so that's gonna die. Radio's dying. The rock stars are dying. So if you want to have your client, your rock star, if you want to get him publicity, you need to get him on the podcast. You need to get him on the good shows. I know what those shows are. I'm not going to interview anybody right now because I'm taking a break, but I hope to build this brand up, and then it will make sense. And then the publicists, I won't have to beg them. The publicists will come to me. That's the plan anyways, if it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm okay with that too. But it was a fun ride. So I appreciate I still get comments on interviews that I did years ago. I think that's really cool. I don't have any interest in doing it right now, but I'm proud of the interviews that I did, and I would definitely be excited to do it in the future at some point. But it's got to make sense for both of us, because I don't want to annoy people and beg them to come on my show. This is not a charity. I don't want people to come on my show because they're doing a charity for me. They have to come on my show because it makes sense, and it's going to promote their brand and get them press and promote their newest tour or record or whatever the fuck it is. So thank you for watching this wild little rant. Now I've talked way longer than I wanted to, but I appreciate this nice little comment from Freedom 2084. And let's do more of these, but send me your stories. Send me the stories you want me to talk about, and I'll go live. I'll talk about I'm the best guest to have right now. Okay. I don't have a show where I'm hosting or I'm doing interviews, but if you have a small podcast and you want a good guest, this is the time to get me on, because I don't give a fuck. I will say whatever I want. I will reveal things. I will pull back the curtain. So if you want a good guest, now's the time to have me on the show, because that may change. If I get a good gig with somebody and then I need to be PC, I will wrap it up. I will tighten up my lips, and I will not say things. What is this? Freedom, you had another comment here, buddy? We should just get we should just do a one-on-one Zoom call, Freedom. We don't even need to do a live stream. You're the only one watching. Am I mistaken? I think during one of your interviews with a comedian, did you ever try stand-up? I did a long time ago. I tried it and I enjoyed it. There was times where I did really well, but there was times where I bombed. And actually, I just recently, I don't know, it was like 6 months ago, I thought I'm going to do an open mic, and I went back and did an open mic, and it was awful. It was really bad. So I think I'm going to just stick with this format for now and just get comfortable in things I'm saying. I might try stand up again someday, but I need to get practice. I need to get practice speaking, get through the ums and ahs and all that shit, and get better at being more concise and holding an audience of more than 2 people, preferably. So thank you for watching. I will be back hopefully many, many, many times. So tell your friends, message me some ideas for things to talk about, whether it's news or relevant topics or just whatever the fuck, something that pisses you off. And I will give you an opinion, because I don't care right now. And I'm having fun. I'm having really a lot of fun. Check out my YouTube shorts. I've been focusing on that lately, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been getting a good response. My last one got like 15,000 views on YouTube, and the one on TikTok, it almost has like 200,000 views. So I'm having fun with the YouTube shorts. I'd like to do maybe a little longer 5-10 minute videos on YouTube where I just talk about something. So if you have ideas, things you want me to talk about, things you want me to look into, right? If you don't want to do the research, you know that I'm good at research. I will research any topic that you're interested in. Let me know what you want me to talk about, and I will talk about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.